So, what's been the reaction so far outside Westminster to the budget? Our correspondent Andrew Plant is in Bristol for us this afternoon. Andrew, over to you.
Hi Clive, yeah, lots of headlines here in Bristol already over the past couple of days, particularly about that investment in regional public transport. Lots of people looking at the bus network here. There are lots of problems on some routes, especially if you're travelling between the two cities of Bristol and Bath, for example. A journey of only about 10 miles, which can take well over an hour if you're getting a bus, and hundreds of people have to make that kind of journey every single day. So let's hope that can be improved. But lots and lots to talk about today. So we're going to go straight to our first guest, who is Lucy from the Royal College of Nursing. Lucy, thanks very much indeed for joining us. Big investments for the NHS we've heard about today. You've seen that. What do you make of it? What are your thoughts? Well,
it's welcome, but it is about dealing with the backlog. We know that in dealing with that backlog, we need staff. The challenge we're having at the moment is that there's a acute shortage of staff. So the Chancellor must think about how to address that. What we need is a commitment to the funding and being able to provide for nursing staff who are struggling. And that's what we're hearing. Relentless is the word.
We've heard also things like scanners perhaps opening in regional shopping centres to help clear that backlog. Do you think that will help address the issue?
Again, another welcome. It's good to hear that there are scanners. It's good to hear there are buildings that are being opened. But we go back to the fact that you need staff to be able to man these places. And the question is, where do you get those staff from? They're simply not there. We're talking about tens of thousands of lack of staff because we need them. And clearly, there's no direction about where we get them from. So the Chancellor must give us a strategy about how to do that.
OK, Lucy, thank you very much indeed. And we're going to move to our other guest, who's James Jury from the Bristol Chamber of Commerce. James, thanks for joining us today. You've been listening in this morning, haven't you? What do you make of what you've heard so far?
I like some of the words I hear, but of course the devil is always in the detail. We have an economy here in Bristol in the southwest which is buzzing with energy, but actually we do need from the Chancellor and from the government stability and also some of the support around some of the measures. We need sustained support, particularly for some of our smaller businesses, particularly those who are hard hit, looking inflationary pressures ahead. There's some big pressures on smaller businesses at the moment. Are only just starting to recover after the impacts of the pandemic, which we're not all through yet. And then secondly, we need a strong, sustained support for infrastructure in this region. We need our fair share. We have the ability to grow, create the kind of economic growth that the Chancellor talks about, but we need the support, the long-term support for our infrastructure around transport, around things like Bristol Temple Meads, a whole raft of things that actually government need to signal and to give us that support. OK, James, thank you very much indeed for joining us. And Clive, I have to say, just from talking to small businesses in Bristol for the past couple of days, for them it is still all about help recovering from the effects of the pandemic. They say it is still casting a very long shadow.
OK, Andrew, many thanks for that. Andrew Plant there, live in Bristol.